Hello,
Hello,
we are
horror
horror hecklers, and welcome to our home.
Glad you could join us,
We like to watch clips from great old horror movies.
and we comment on what we see.
Usually we're funny, sometimes we're informative.
Sometimes we just point out what should be common sense,
Each episode is named after survival advice we learned from watching the horror movie.
which may come in handy for people who find themselves in the same situation.
So sit back and relax.
And let the show begin.
We are watching the original 1958 movie The Screaming Skull.
Directed by Alex Nichol.
About newlyweds who arrive at a country home where the husband's late wife had died.
And what happens when the new wife believes she's being haunted by a ghost from the past.
The advice to survive a horror movie is run fast.
Which will make sense by the end of the episode.
That is some serious smoke rolling out of those candles.
Trimming the wicks would cut down on that.
Are we ready to die of fright?
Let's take a chance.
Its producers feel they must assure free burial services to anyone who dies of fright.
Does he know how much funerals cost these days?
I think he knows the producers won't be paying anyone.
I think that coffin is reserved for you.
No, I think it's reserved for you.
Water lilies are symbolic of rebirth because they return after it rains, and lily pads provide hiding places for pond occupants like this frog.
That poor frog needs a place to hide from all that smoke and that crazy skull popping up out of nowhere.
That car looks European and expensive.
Someone has a lot of money.
Run fast. Needs to slow down a bit for her. Heels and grass don't mix.
Do women in old horror movies ever dress for comfort?
It did not. It's really lovely.
She doesn't look disappointed.
She looks constipated.
I think those peacocks are symbolic for the couple.
With the male of both species being the more flamboyant one.
It's rather forbidding now.
She looks mortified.
Do you blame her?
But it was usually this way. Shortly after Marion and I were married.
Turn on the lights.
They need electricity for that.
And neither one can see the creepy guy in the background.
Maybe they don't have peripheral vision.
Oh, that's where Mickey keeps his gardening things.
Who's Mickey?
The gardener.
Duh. A gardener keeps gardening things. Go figure.
I'm starting to worry a little about this new wife.
You love her, don't you?
Just twist her head off.
Maybe that's how men expressed their love in the 50s.
Run fast. Another woman wearing a dress and heels.
Women were wearing pants for the 1920s.
I sing you again, Mickey. I'm going to have to get you down to the barber shop one day very soon.
If he thinks Mickey's hair is long, just wait a few more years when the 60s begin.
He does have a bit of a Beatles hairstyle.
He should just jump in.
A bath wouldn't hurt him.
For penance, you can come and help me with dinner. Now, come on. Edward, you keep Jenny company?
Yes.
What is this, wife swap?
Couples are usually separated at dinner parties.
That's an odd painting. The style reminds me of something.
Possibly a pin by numbers from your childhood?
Oh, she's so very nice, Eric.
Jenny?
Yes.
Isn't she wonderful?
Yes, she's not at all like Marion, and I think that's for the best.
If Jenny is nice and nothing like Marion, I assume his first wife was very mean.
Maybe she had to be a tough woman.
Talking about unhappy past, only she's very impressionable.
Is the word impressionable code for something else?
Like crazy?
Well, look, I'm not prying, dear. It's just...
Well, yes, she's prying.
A meddling busybody.
What kind of fruit is that? An unripe mango?
I'm not a big fruit fan. I just know it's not an apple.
We don't know, of course, what happened then. Perhaps she slipped on a leaf.
Who dies from slipping on a leaf?
She was probably wearing heels.
It was thought that she hit her head on the edge of the cement wall where we're sitting.
I think you should have told her that before they sat down.
At least give the woman some warning.
Apparently it began to rain very hard. She must have run along here.
Do you think Marion died because she listened to our advice and ran too fast?
No, I think there's more to this mystery than we realize.
Yes. Let's play Scooby-Doo.
Can I be Velma? She always solves the crimes.
Darn, I guess I have to be Daphne.
The dumb one.
Edward, did you know that Jenny's very wealthy?
It figures that the church lady will be sticking her nose in everyone's business.
There's no gossip like church gossip.
Oh,
cots.
How many married couples have separate beds?
It worked for Lucy and Ricky.
That's a real novella about the worth and meaning of life.
Part of a collection. We Googled it.
Eric could have just blown the candle out.
Getting burned is more romantic,
Don't have intercourse.
even if you are married.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your husband is?
Not in bed where he should be.
Run fast.
I can't help it, Eric. That bad feeling's come back.
I forbid you to talk about it.
He forbids her to talk like he controls her.
Don't worry, she's not listening.
Now, you were sick once, yes, but you were cured.
Some afflictions are never
Mickey
cured.
caused
But they
this.
can be
You may as
controlled.
well know.
Those poor peacocks are still up.
They never get a break.
Peacocks scream at night to attract peahens.
That's what they get for having strange
Very,
pets.
very. We won't be bothered with any of Mickey's nightly visits anymore. I've forbidden him to come into the house.
Eric likes to forbid people from doing things.
A real control
He's a
freak.
child.
I thought she was rich. Why is she still wearing the same outfit on day 2?
I wear the same thing twice in a row.
Yeah, but you're a guy.
And I'm not rich.
Are you sure you don't want to come in with me?
No, Jenny doesn't mind you leaving her all alone.
Let's see about the lights, the phone, the bank.
That's why she's following you like a scared puppy
You know that cop.
Drive safely.
in your ridiculously expensive car.
It's a handsome one, isn't he?
The caterpillar looks dead.
I like to think it's sleeping.
Why didn't the woman change her shoes? She needs to put on a pair of jeans and some sneakers.
She'd find it easier to walk in grass if she did.
That has to be the creepiest gravestone I have ever seen. It's a death mask on a pyramid.
Ancient Egyptians used masks as part of the mummification process. We Googled it.
Whenever I see orchids, I think of death.
They're a funeral favorite.
Orchids are also associated with sensuality.
Mickey looks like he agrees. Run fast.
Jenny should keep her clothes on.
She'll be up again soon.
She expects those peacocks to still be up.
Those poor birds.
Are you ready for that casket reservation?
Not yet.
Run fast.
fast.
Mickey is bad as peacocks.
No one sleeps in this movie.
Jenny is acting like a martyr walking to her death.
By the way, her nightgown and housecoat are very elaborate,
Stay away from windows.
even on the top floor.
Did it try to say something?
Well, it's supposed to be a screaming skull, not a talking one.
That candle in the background is putting out a lot of smoke.
The walls of that house look like that's nothing new,
I hear you knocking.
but you can't come in.
That music in the background is very haunting.
Music in horror movies create an atmosphere of suspense.
Fans of horror movies will find it familiar.
Berlioz' Symphony Fantastique. Dream of a Witch's Sabbath from The Shining.
Jenny should consider changing before answering the door to see through nighty.
If you got it, flaunt it. That's what I always say.
Run fast. Did you see how she ran backwards?
More like Jenny catapulted backwards.
Eric can stop hitting her now. He seems to be enjoying it.
Notice how he seems to be away every single night?
I want you to take me back.
No, Jenny. Now, it may sound selfish.
Yes, it's selfish of you.
And real love isn't selfish.
I don't want to lose that. Now, in the morning, Mr. Snow will be here.
It's day 3 and she is still wearing the same outfit.
I have her beat by at least a few more days.
Surely, Jenny, you must agree with me that anything as fragile as a skull would have been smashed to bits down there.
The thickness of a male skull is 1/4 of an inch. A female skull is a little thicker.
I can make a joke about that, but I'm afraid you will hit me.
I grew up loving my father and hating my mother.
Plenty of people have mommy issues.
They just don't have the money to go to a sanitarium.
God bless you for that, Eric. She's a very fortunate woman having someone like you to care for her.
Is Reverend Snow stupid or just chauvinistic?
He can be both at the same time. They go hand in hand.
That's nice. Keep bringing Jenny back to where your first wife died.
Just in time to leave again for the
You've got
night.
to believe.
Run fast.
Did they have to set the fire right on the front lawn?
I'm sure Eric did it out of love,
It's only gonna
of
be
money.
guns.
Eric's pulling a gaslight on her.
I'm not surprised at this point.
It's a stupid place to hide a skull.
It will scare the frog.
We solved the mystery thanks to my investigation discovery addiction.
You always assume one spouse is trying to kill the other.
They must have a collection of wicker baskets.
A person can get addicted to them. I should know.
What is it, Eric?
And I'm tired of these men meeting away from the delicate little women so they won't disturb them.
Poor little thick-skulled females.
You were there?
I saw nothing, of course.
So is he going to kill her or just commit her and oversee her estate?
But when
I think
was
either
there
way is
myself,
fine with
I
him.
saw
When are you going?
tonight.
You mean Eric's not going away again at night?
Jenny may not have much longer to live.
What day is it now? And she still has on the same outfit.
Maybe it's a favorite. Eric's a repeat dresser too.
At least that broke up the men planning behind Jenny's back.
The whole patriarch system is old.
Wait a minute. Where is it? I don't know.
Oh no, his skull is missing.
Maybe the frog moved it.
He seems to enjoy slapping people.
A bully knows who to pick on.
Oh! Mary took it. Mary.
I'm glad he's such a good liar.
Actually, that ability helped Mickey to survive.
It's kind of sweet that he wants to hide it in a basket.
It's not the first place a person would expect to see a skull.
Are you ready for that coffin reservation?
No, I'm still good.
She can reuse that basket if she wants.
It's the perfect size to deliver eggs.
But Eric said that he didn't see it when Jenny saw it.
I know.
Oh, but why should Eric lie like that?
Is a priest really
Those other times
incapable
with
of
the skull,
understanding
did you
greed?
do it?
These two are dangerously naive.
You've never...
For some reason, she changed her dress, but she's still walking around in heels.
A pair of sneakers would do Jenny a world of good.
Her dress zipper is down a bit. She must have problems changing.
Maybe that's why she keeps wearing the same dress.
So, Marion's ghost is real.
I was beginning to think it was all Eric. Run fast.
Or is it Mickey dressed up as Marion?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Run fast. I think Jenny heard us.
She can really move.
And that's in heels. I take back what I said. She can wear whatever she wants.
But she'd be in another state by now in the right shoes.
Run fast. I think Marion heard us too.
Yeah, but she's not running, she's galloping.
Eric's gonna choke her.
Make it look like she hung herself.
Jenny has a set of lungs on her.
We need a screaming skull with her around.
Run fast. The bouncing skull.
Just like a ball.
Lightning in a horror movie creates atmosphere.
Plays into our childhood fear of storms. Run fast.
Are you ready for the coffin reservation?
Almost. I'll let you know.
Is the skull trying to bite him?
More like the necking skull.
If only Eric had listened to our advice and run fast, maybe he would have survived.
But he was trying to kill his wife, so we're not too concerned about it.
That's the end of our show.
We hope you enjoyed spending time with us.
And if you want to see the entire The Screaming Skull movie, be sure to watch it on this channel.
Because it is just amazing.
We are Horror Hecklers. Be sure to come back and visit us.
Goodbye. Created by Reflecting Moon Production Company.